I know they were pissed. Oh, man. Was it? Yeah. Hey, it's available on Audible too, niggas. So, okay.
Hi, how are you? My name is Kat. Nice
Hello,
to meet
Kat.
you. Why do you think that women deserve less?
Because they've been getting more for too long.
What?
Because they've been getting more for too long.
Okay, what is more?
What is what?
What is more?
Simps, people, pedestalizing women for nothing more than the fact that they have vaginas. Suckers, just giving them courtship, not making them work for relationships or any type of commitment. Just preferential treatment, like a whole bunch of different societal simping for females.
But if you think that, men are like stronger and physically...
Men are superior to women in every way.
Okay, so doesn't that mean that we
And
should
that shouldn't be
cater?
controversial to say. Like, men are superior to women in every single way, but that's like controversial to say, which is absolutely crazy to me, but yeah.
So don't you think like because of, their physical strengths, they should be the one catering to women, not per se like giving them a lot more like protection in a way or like guiding?
That's a fantastic point that you made. And I actually agree with you.
Okay.
Since they're the more vulnerable and weaker sex,
Yes.
they should be protected. They should be provided for, right? And what you're referring to is chivalry, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Who kills chivalry, men or women?
I think both.
The correct answer is women kill chivalry.
Yeah, that I can agree with that too.
So what ended up happening, right? There's a reason why the phrase "nice guys finish last" is so prevalent in Western culture. Thanks to feminism and thanks to progressivism and liberalism, women simply don't respect or care about male authority, and they just want to get the best guy that they can get. So what's basically happened is we've had kind of like a correction where now guys don't feel the need to be chivalrous to women anymore. It used to be a time when, women behave like ladies and they would get treated as such. But nowadays,
Yeah.
there's no need since they're equal. So I would argue women kill chivalry, the very thing that they want.
Okay. I feel like it's both though, because like women, they can open or close that door, but men can also offer. I feel like since like, would you agree that men should be the one going after the woman, or do you think that it should be coming from both?
Traditionally speaking, men should be the one that are pursuing. But once again, due to this very asymmetric dating marketplace, you have to be cautious about doing that. Because, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
So an attractive woman, we're here in Miami, right? So an attractive woman in a major city tends to have guys in compartmentalized roles. One guy will be Uber, another guy will be mechanic, another guy will be sex, another guy will be sugar daddy. So since women, have kind of adapted to the new normal, guys need to be cognizant of this and act accordingly and make women earn that chivalry. So it's a case-by-case basis.
Okay.
But what I'm arguing is that most of the time by this case-by-case basis, most women simply wouldn't qualify.
Okay. What is the qualifications though?
A traditional female, which most women are not, unfortunately.
But so is it a traditional beliefs or like?
Yes, like
Okay.
a traditional mindset where she automatically understands the hierarchy of my man dictates things, I follow him. I'm not I'm not annoying, I'm not problematic. I make his life easier. But unfortunately, a lot of women don't do that. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I brought girls on my show and they say stupid stuff like, "Oh yeah, like don't you want a woman that challenges you?" And I'm like, no. Not at all. Like, we already got to go out into the world and get a challenge. Last thing we want to do is come home and deal with a rambunctious, loud, annoying woman that wants to sit there and challenge you. That's very annoying. But this is what we tell women. We actually teach them how to be less attractive to men. And men can't speak up and talk about this because if they do, they get canceled or they get, censored or whatever. Some of the biggest voices for this, they canceled my guy Andrew Tate. They've shadow banned us. They've kicked us off Meta. We got banned off Twitch. So they don't want this information getting out there because they think it's hate speech. But the reality is it's not hate speech, it's the truth. But that's what they do to censor people that they don't like.
Yeah, because like I can agree with you in certain scenarios. Like I do think that men have a role of like positioning themselves first, and women are kind of like submissive in a way. Like we help, right? But I also think that like there's obviously a communication that needs to be had where it's not like slave master or dog and owner. It's more like it's like two individuals that have different roles. Women have a role and a man have a role, and because they have those roles, they're kind of like uniting for a greater good together. And it's like not that we're less than or more than. It's more like because of your what you have that I don't, I can help you with terms of what you like. I can help you with things that you don't have. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's like it equals each other out. Not that I'm not saying like equality, but I can say that men are stronger than me or they can be smarter than me. It's true, but it's more like because I realize those are your attributes, I have other attributes that could help each other. So it's not like a better or greater or worse. That's, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, that's a productive way of categorizing it, right? That's some critical thinking skills, which is good. But a lot of girls don't think that way. They think I just need to be pretty and exist.
Okay.
Right? It's a more of a what can you do for me type mindset. And, you're here to get me. I don't need to necessarily do anything for you. So, I wish more women had that critical thinking like, okay, he's really good at this. Let me kind of come in and fill in other roles. Mm-hmm. But a lot of women don't do that, unfortunately.
Right. Yeah, I just think it's because, like, when you say women deserve less, it's, like, immediate, like, oh, my God, like.
Yeah, I mean, I think in a majority of situations, women do, though, deserve less, right? Because they have this egalitarian mindset where they think that they're equal to a man, but at the same time, they want a guy that's superior to them. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Women want taller, more money, more competent.
Yeah.
But then they expect you to treat them equal. It's not a good trade for us.
Okay. Yeah. But yeah, thank you for talking to me.
No worries. Thank you.
How you doing, brother?
Yo.
All right, I got a couple of questions for you, my boy.
Sure.
I've been watching you for a minute.
Okay.
I wanted to know what you mean by women deserve less in the sense of what type of woman are we talking about? We talk about women or bitches or hoes, like or all women.
Well, what I would say is, assume that she's not a quality woman until she proves you wrong.
That's fair.
Come from a risk mitigation standpoint.
Okay, so assume the worst and then get surprised by.
Appreciate that, man. My
no,
guy.
the fuck I don't, nigga.
Huh?
He said I suck.
No. He said I fuck with your shit.
Oh, I thought you said I suck.
No. He was like.
You heard that, right?
Yeah. So, but yeah. So I think guys need to come in from a skeptical perspective.
Can I ask you one more question real quick?
Yeah.
How much responsibility did you put into women deserving less on them versus men? You were talking about Instagram earlier, and I wanted to ask you how much blame do you put on women for Instagram versus men giving attention away?
I don't understand your question.
So you're saying women deserve less.
Yeah.
But why do they deserve less? It's because men constantly give them attention and give them finances and give them opportunities to live a richer lifestyle without them having to really do much.
Yes.
Wouldn't you put that responsibility on men giving it away so freely?
Yeah, I mean, guys need to understand their worth. That's one of the biggest problems I actually deal with. Like men, chronically undervalue themselves while women chronically overvalue themselves. Like the two ladies that just passed by, they looked at the sign and they were shocked, right? And their shock literally proves what I'm trying to say, where they think I deserve more just because I have a vagina.
It's because those words are polarizing, I would assume. But yeah, I agree.
Yeah. But it's funny? If I was in Saudi Arabia and I had this table up, nobody would be here.
That's facts.
That's the difference.
This grabs attention. I understand the marketing.
Because they understand, like in Western society where women believe in this egalitarianism, like it's shocking for them. But if I put the sign up in Qatar, Dubai, UAE, whatever, any of these Muslim countries or even Eastern Europe, if I put the sign up in Romania, they're like, I agree. But that just goes to show how blurred the gender norms are here in the West.
It's definitely different in 2025. I guess my last.
Oh, it's getting worse and worse every year.
How do you feel about that? Like, just internally, just when you're, up at night by yourself and you're thinking about the way that the world is changing, does that motivate you or does that make you feel like, damn, what the fuck is going on right now?
I mean, honestly, the only thing I can do is be a voice, a dissenting voice, and, hope people wake up. A lot of guys got to get their hand on the stove and get burned for them to realize. But, more guys are waking up every day.
A fair point. My brother.
No worries, man. Let's get somebody that hasn't gone yet. Oh, he's trying to go. Okay, go ahead.
I was just here before. My boy's trying to holler at you too.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's nice to meet you.
What's up, man?
My name is Brian. I'm from New York, and
all right.
I don't necessarily disagree. I don't necessarily disagree with your your argument. I just wanted to play devil's advocate and kind of just pick your brain a little. And
All right.
I just wanted to play devil's advocate and kind of see like what your logic was behind, like the premise behind your argument.